Time for What's Hot. We talk about stories that have us all talking. Jeff Wagner's back. We're also joined by Lora Hyler of Hyler Communications. So, starting things off with First Lady Michelle Obama. She unveiled a program to fight childhood obesity. And in doing so, she talked about her own wake-up call with her daughters when their pediatrician said Sasha and Malia were becoming overweight. Critics contend the First Lady said too much and should not have talked about her daughter's weight. You know, I think in Malia's case, because she's the older daughter, that might make her a bit uncomfortable, you know, because she hears things and she's aware. Sasha, I think, is still too young. But, you know, I think in a way the First Lady is personalizing it. Like, look, it's something that most parents perhaps deal with at a point in their children's lives.
Right.
I don't know, she's taking a lot of heat on this.
Yeah, that was my first reaction. And I actually saw the transcript of the comments, and I thought, you know, great for her. The pediatrician raised an issue about body mass index. Mrs. Obama immediately took action, came up with this revision in the diet using fresh vegetables, you know, water instead of juice and soda. And so I think she's personalized the issue, and I think that's great.
See, I guess I think Michelle Obama gets a lot of unfair criticism, but I have to admit I kind of cringed when I saw this, and I understand what she's trying to say, and I agree with the sentiment. I just wonder, you know, how the kids feel, especially the older one, when you're kind of singled out, and the First Lady of the United States is publicly saying that the doctor said my daughter was heavy, and I understand what her motives were.
Well, but I don't believe the doctor did say that he thought they were heavy. He said they're moving in the wrong direction based on the BMI and some other indicators. And
which,
so,
you know, the whole thing is perplexing to me, because if you look at her daughters,
right? Yeah, that's the other thing.
I'm not seeing anything wrong physically. I mean,
They
they're
look very
beautiful
healthy.
girls. They look healthy. They're not too, you know, it's not like they're emaciated and they're not overweight. So you know, maybe he was looking at diet and what they were eating, you know, try to get them off the juice and the soda, like you said.
Would you have said something like this about your son?
Well, you know, I have to be very careful because, of course, he watches this and he's very sensitive to what I say.
Mom, don't talk about me.
But I think the key is, you know, the actual words that you use. So yeah, I mean, my child is a competitive swimmer. He swims 10 miles a week, and I'm on him all the time about watching what he eats. So I think it's how you phrase it when you're discussing weight and other sensitive issues with them. Yeah.
I'm not going to advise Michelle Obama on parenting.
You're like, okay, I don't have any, so do your thing.
Sorry.
Coming up, some of the biggest names in music have re-recorded We Are the World. Find out when it's going to make its world debut.
Well, now more of What's Hot. Miley Cyrus's little sister May be trying to start a children's lingerie line. There are reports that the 9-year-old Noah is kicking off the line along with her best friend. However,
What is she wearing?
The website Gossip Cop says that these are just rumors at this point, and that the pint-sized starlets are perhaps not making a lingerie line.
Who dresses their kids like that? I mean,
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Well, I mean, seriously. I mean, I don't care if they're going to be. Look at that. I mean,
I don't care if you're on the red
you get 35-year-old guys that have that on their computer screens. They might get indicted for child porn. And here you're putting that stuff that's out there.
There's a couple of things that clear up here. I have to say that I went and looked at the website and was compelled to pick up the telephone. I called the PR company in California. Some of this clothing is not going to sell in the Midwest based on what I saw. However, it is not a lingerie line. It's pricing like between $50 and $80, and it is not Miley Cyrus's young sister. It's this other girl, Emily Grace, a Disney film star, and so it's, you know, there's a lot of misinformation.
But those are the two kids right there. I mean, who lets their 9-year-old daughter go out like that in public? I mean, seriously. You got hooker boots and look at the lipstick, and I'm serious. I mean, that's what they're doing there.
They're calling it their tutu line, or, you know, something to that effect.
I think Jeff Foxworthy would say, if your 9-year-old daughter is wearing lingerie, you might be.
Or their tutu.
Something.
Who in their right mind, no, I'm repeating this, but who in their right mind would go, oh, they're selling it at Walmart or whatever. Here, let's buy this, honey. You're going to look really good in this. We're going to send you out in the backyard.
It's also billed as a teen collection, which is confusing because they have a 9-year-old spokesperson. So.
Okay, my 12-year-old, you're not going to be dressed like that. Who dresses their kids like that? Noah Cyrus. Billy Ray Cyrus.
Emily Grace.
Achy breaky heart. Hey, some of the biggest stars in the music industry re-recorded the song We Are the World. The goal? To raise money for Haiti earthquake relief. The song will make its world debut during the opening ceremonies of the Olympics next Friday, February 12th, and you can see it right here on today's TMJ4.
You know, the first recording was, what did they say, 25 years ago? Yeah,
That's hard to
I don't
believe.
remember it at all.
Oh, I do.
Oh, that one hurt. That one hurt there, young Miss Courtney.
I'm
That
joking.
hurt. That hurt.
I know all the
Goes
words.
right to the
I
heart
know
of-
the song.
Was it a record, a CD? I can't remember that.
I was young, though.
But weren't we all?
25 years ago, I was young, I guess.
I was younger.
I'm very glad to see them recycling that. Actually, I mean, I think it's sort of one of those classic things. Now, they've done it in a different way.
There was some beef about changing the words to insert Haiti into it. They had some people that walked out because they thought it was going to be the original We Are the World. And then they added...
It's a remake.
Yeah, they remade it. They changed the words to be specific to Haiti.
You have to change things up a little bit in order to make it worth doing again, though. And I'm sure a lot of the same stars whose careers are continuing. Now, I'm okay with this. The one thing I'm upset about, though, is the idea of the Chicago Bears from 1985 remaking their Super Bowl Shuffle video, because that was perfection. You don't mess with perfection.
They haven't been in another Super Bowl. They're figuring, or they haven't won another Super Bowl, I
Yeah.
should say. So they're trying to do something.
With not bringing out Jay Cutler, it's going to be Jim McMahon.
Can't wait to see him after all these years.
But We Are the World Haiti remake, wonderful idea. I
yeah,
think.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
Great
we'll take a quick
fundraiser.
break and be right back. It's a race like no other.
You don't walk, you don't run.